What's missing my pandas? Welcome to the stream. Or in the case of my Twitch users, I guess welcome back to the stream. I was streaming on Twitch a little bit earlier, but had some technical issues. And in the meantime, though, I was able to finish off a couple more of my characters. So um, we're basically just power leveling characters as fast as possible through time running in order to well, A, have as many level 70s as we can in ahead of the War Within launching, just so that we have, all the alts we can possibly have. Because I think with some of the new currencies that they're going to have, the replacement for inspiration is basically going to be limited to at a character level, which will mean that it will be beneficial to have a lot of alts and with an with a uh, with a feature like time running where A, it's so easy to level alts, and then B, it's also super, super fun. It just seems like a no-brainer that this is the perfect time to level a whole bunch of alts. But okay, so right now we're on my rogue. And so we're level 41. And basically what we did, for those of you who may not be familiar with the method, is essentially I have a level 20 Twink monk on a starter account, who at this point, since he has the superpowered cloak that you get with the infinite power XII achievement, starts off with an already pretty solid cloak, and then after running a handful of dungeons, gearing up, is able to completely solo those dungeons. And the more you do it, the crazier it gets, because of course your cloak keeps scaling, or keeps growing, but the scaling at lower levels is just completely wonky. So um, he's using that character. I'm able to clear dungeons in about 2 to at most 4 minutes. I have seen a demon hunter do it in a minute and 30, which was for geez, Temple of the Jade Serpent. Sorry guys, it's really really late where I am, and I usually don't say this late anymore. But so you do about 8 or 10 runs of heroic dungeons. After which, what you're going to want to do is you should hopefully be level 25 by then. You hop into Mogushan Vaults, um, and then post that, you get back into the heroic dungeons. You probably need about 5 or 6. I would say probably safer to do about 6, because it depends on which dungeons you get, of course, and how many bosses they have that are, you know, giving you XP tokens. Um, then once you're at level 35, you want to run Heart of Fear real quick. Um, which should give you another 72% plus experience to your cloak. So in case you weren't aware, raid bosses on normal mode will give you a 12% thread that gives you basically 12% additional experience from all sources. Um, and so anyway, so you run normal Heart of Fear um, at 35, after which you only need about 2 or 3 more heroic dungeons. So once you're basically 41 or 42, opening all of the XP items you have in your mailbox should take you all the way to 70, or at most you may need a quest or 2 here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up all of the XP tokens on this character. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any other XP threads, because I don't think it should be that down to the wire. I think we have quite a bit of bonus experience saved up on this character. In the last couple times I've tried this, I've ended up overshooting a bit, so I've started trying to tone it back a bit, but hey, we're gonna have to loot those threads at some point, and we might as well do it when it counts. Um, I think I've already gotten most of them out of these boxes, but on the off chance that I missed one, it's probably worth it to just quickly go through. All right, looks like we've got them. So let's start opening XP tokens, and I mean, as you can see right here, the character is level 41 right now, and I don't think it's going to let me open all because I think there may be some of the tinkers that are in there, but let's see how we go. Yeah, so for instance, I think it's gonna get stuck up on that one. In any case, just means we manually open these. And we're already 46, 47, 50. It is mind-bogglingly fast. And this is always the funnest part is opening up all the XP items. Okay, looks like it's doing by itself again. We're already at 57. We've got about 23 emails left, and each of those should have a couple of tokens. I don't think we've gotten to the raid tokens yet, but trust that'll be pretty crazy as well. 62. Okay, okay. And we're still 3 pages out, looks like. So I think hopefully we should be in the clear. And hey, who knows if this goes well, I may actually even try and do a speed run tomorrow or potentially on Thursday if I have the time, where I try and get as close to that 2 hour time cutoff as possible, except instead of doing it for just one character, I'm going to attempt it with two. But let's see how we go with that. I think Harlden was able to do it in under 2 hours, but I think that required quite a bit of planning, and I think he had already formed his groups in advance and so forth. So um, we're at 65, and we've still got another page or so of XP tokens to open. I have also kept these two daily quests because, yeah, as expected, once you cross over a certain level, you get the upgraded reward. So it is worth waiting for those if you plan on taking a character all the way to 70 on in one day, or just power leveling super crazy. Um, to do it, like if you're planning on leveling within that lockout, it's probably best that you turn it in at the closer to the end of the lockout. So we're getting down to the wire here, but we have a full rate's worth of XP at the end here. So I think that should be enough to get us through. We've got 4 more of the blue tokens. Let's just speed this along a little bit. Oof, this is coming right down to the wire. Oh god, and we're out of inventory. All right, let's see. What should we do here? Well, we could probably actually just start using these threads. That's probably going to be the quickest thing we can do. So when you loot threads from your mailbox, you do need to manually click them in your inventory. There is an issue specifically with the crit thread in my experience. It doesn't impact all of my characters, but it does impact a handful of them, and it's specifically just the crit one. And I'm not entirely certain why that is, but it won't even show up in the interface here. But you can see that I have a handful of them in my bags here that, for whatever reason, the game just doesn't want to give me. Okay, so we can't redeem those, it would appear. These should be fine though. Boom. All right. Now, we do also need, we do also have just a ridiculous amount of gear that we need to scrap, but let's see how we're going. All right, we're level 69. Do we think 4 of these bonus XP tokens can get us to, boom, level 70? Right on the money. I don't even know if that last one was extra or not. But you know what? It's actually a good thing that we didn't buy the trinket because we get it anyways, it seems like. And of course, the whole reason, well, half of the reason we're doing this, we have to fly over and pick up all of our free bronze. All right, so 3K, 7K, 30K. Out of curiosity, I do want to see what we ended at. So we're at about 63,000K, 63,000 bronze on this tune. And we have the raid quest to turn in, so let's do that. We have the dungeon quest to turn in, so let's do that. And let's open up those as well, just so that we have a good estimate of how we did. So we're at 65,000 bronze, which isn't too bad. I'm trying to think of what other potential sources of bronze we may be missing. 180 agility. You love to see main stat. Um, and 360 stamina. I'm not going to complain too much about. Although that said, I honestly don't know how much play this character is going to get. I created a rogue just for something different. Going back to vanilla, I've never enjoyed playing a rogue. So I figured if I wasn't going to level up one up this way, probably wouldn't end up having a level 70 rogue. Okay, so we did that. We could do the scenario, I guess, to like the two scenario things for both of the greater bronze cash rewards. Um, just before we move over to the other character and do the exact same thing, more or less. So I've definitely picked up all the mounts that I want, that I really want. Um, though I am now realizing that I probably should have saved some of these cheaper ones for a character like this, because I can pick up a 38,500 one and then probably all these 2,200 ones, but then don't really have much else to do with a lot of these other ones. I think probably what I will do is I probably will still take some of these characters um, through some raids and just get enough bronze to be able to actually buy something that I want. Um, because I'm gonna hit the amounts that I need for I'm gonna cap out on the mounts probably in the next couple of days. After which, I'm not a huge transmog guy, but hey, if the bronze is gonna go to waste, otherwise I might as well, right? On my main character, however, I have not spent a single bronze. I don't think, unless it was maybe 10 bronze on like the neck piece or whatever. But all right, let's hop over to the other character. So yeah, that looks like. Actually, let's do a quick check of slash played. Although you guys know how I play and how much time I waste. So 5 hours 44 minutes, which is not too bad considering. Um, a lot of the times I would just have this character open in the background while I was like messing with stream stuff or Googling something or whatever as well. All right, so we've got this character as well, which is our High Mountain Tauren Hunter. And let me just do a quick sense check. Let's open up these. Let's try our luck at the Eternal Threads. I don't think the Eternal Threads can roll for XP in any case, which is probably a good thing. 100 agility, heck yeah. Because honestly, with the amount of bonus experience we have on our cloak already, 340% is just wacky. But there we are. All right, I think we're going to probably do the same thing. Let me just quickly take a look through some of these last few mails to make sure that we didn't miss any experience threads, because they're going to be useless to us once we're 70. All right, let's open all. And already we are at 42, 43, 44, 45. We're leveling so fast the client's freezing. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. I do wonder if I was to use one of those raid tokens, well, we hit level 60, but if I was to use one of those raid tokens at the start, would I be able to maybe potentially get like 2 levels off of one turn in? I would assume so because usually it shows like the overlap into the next level, which we can probably see here in a second because we're at 63. And if you look at the bottom, once we open the next token, it's going to push a good bit into the next level. So I think it should work that way, but I'm not yeah. Okay, so see, it fills up till the second bar. So presumably you could do 2 whole levels with one token. But that's definitely something that I'm going to be trying on my next character, I guess. And we're at 65 already with like a page and a half of XP tokens left to go. I think we should be okay. I think we're probably in the clear. And then we have the 2 quests to turn in at the end. Um, Honestly, this like leveling this fast reminds me of the old school recruit a friend um, program, which is what I used to level a lot of characters um, back in the day. Like that's how I leveled most of my max level character like alts that I use for crafting and so forth. Um, Dragonflight wasn't super alt friendly when it came to gold making, and since that's the majority of what I do, um, didn't really pan out as much as I thought. I was able to use the alchemy transmute cooldowns on multiple characters. Didn't ever really bother setting up tailoring on multiple characters. I mean, at least to the levels that would have made sense. Oh, I think it stopped opening mails there, maybe because we're low on inventory. Let's use up all these threads just to give us some more bag space. Now we can combine gems later. And so also, in case you guys weren't aware, um, the gems and actually quite a few of the consumables are tradable. Now, of course, the issue is time running characters aren't able to mail people things, or I think receive mails either. I'm not sure on that from other players at least. I mean, obviously, we're standing in front of a mailbox opening a whole bunch of mails right now, so um, they're able to receive mails. They're just not able to receive mails from other players, which means if, let's say, you wanted to transfer all of your gems, whatever stage they're at, or if you wanted to transfer all of your like the consumables that you get along the way. Honestly, each character picks up so many of them. Up, boom, wasn't even looking, and level 70 on this character too. Let's throw our idol on, and at some point I need to sit and actually gear these characters up with everything that they have in their bags, and probably run 1 or 2 more heroics. But look, we're going to be doing those for the daily quest the next couple days anyway, and so those should be adequate enough to gear this character up in at least full 346, especially once we get the neck and well, the neck we just got, the trinkets and the ring slots. All right, and we picked up our free welfare bronze, bringing this guy up to 62,626. Let's turn these 2 things in. So I think we're going to end at about the same amount of bronzes on the first character, which was around 65k. So realistically, you could probably grab a little bit more bronze while leveling up, throwing some quests in there, or maybe spreading this out over a couple days and getting another MSV running instead, or something could give you a little bit more bronze leveling up. But that said, it's probably easier to just farm bronze at max level because now just completing those 3 quests alone in an extra scenario and an extra dungeon, I think gets you around 8,500 bronze, something like that. Or no, sorry, the quest rewards themselves I think give you 8750. Is that right? That may be wrong. in either case, it's not super hard to, at least once daily, it's not hard to get a whole boatload um, of bronze on a character. So I should probably figure out which order I want to buy these in, and I need to find a better way to sort of distribute this, because at this point I'm going to need a brand new 70 for each of these mounts, which is not great. We have one, two, three, four, five, six that we need in all. Sorry guys, my math is not working too well. I'm just gonna punch this into the calculator here. So essentially, I need to earn another 11k on each of these characters in order to be able to buy two of those mounts from each. Honestly, not that tough of an ask. First of all, I'm probably going to get a decent bit of bronze just by um, destroying the majority of this here, because a lot of it is some lower item level stuff. That aside, like I'm saying, just running the dailies and maybe a raid or two on each of these characters should be enough to get me the additional like 11,700 bronze that I need in order to be able to buy two mounts, and then we're more or less done with these characters until the War Within, for which the beta actually starts. Oh, I just realized this entire time my microphone was up by my head. Hopefully that didn't impact the audio too much. I'm sure it did a bit, but hopefully you guys can still hear me, or could hear me well enough to at least make out what I was saying. And if you're enjoying the stream, please do drop a follow or a subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me, especially uh, this early in my journey. Literally every single follower um, or subscriber, I truly, truly, truly appreciate. So all right. So we finished our chores. Well, we finished our chores on one of the characters partially, and we now have, and then we got our two characters to 70 like we wanted to do. So that's at least. Okay, sorry guys. I just wanted to test exactly how bad that was. All right, so the audio on that wasn't great. Um, I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys could still hear me and hear what I was saying. It is super, super late. I mean, as y'all can probably tell, my brains are not working the way that they should. But if that isn't a sign for me to sign off, I'm not sure what should be. So here's the part that I'm not clear on, though. Ah, okay, so I can buy these outfits on other characters' classes as long as I've unlocked the achievement on one class. Uh, but and the character that I unlock the achievement on gets it for free, whereas the others have to buy it for 3 or 4,000. Hmm, okay. I think what I actually need to sit down and do is like make a list of the Pandaria transmogs that I actually that I actually find decent looking. There's not a lot, to be honest. I mained a monk in Mists of Pandaria, um, and I didn't love all of the design styles. I think, sorry, before I got lost in my own thoughts there. What I was trying to say was that I feel like the monk designs work very well for probably a pen, probably a Pandaren. Although actually I don't know if it's fair to say that because I think they do look pretty cool on the Blood Elf as well. It's just I wish that they would look at doing something other than the sort of like rice hat type suits that they do all the time. Um, though I guess that is sort of the class aesthetic that they keep trying to drive back to. But I don't know. I think there's some cool stuff that could be done um, that would lean into some of the other elements of being a monk. That said, I have quite a few sets that I'm happy with for monk mog. The main one that I usually struggle with is hunter. Let me see if I can quickly pull out any of the ones that I'm thinking about. Can I filter on completion? Well, what's the point of having that filter if it doesn't help anything anyway? All right, let's. Yes, I think this is the set that I usually use on my troll hunter. But I don't have a great set that goes with it. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take off PvP. Let's uncheck all these. Let's just keep on Mists of Pandaria. We have the Mogu Lord's Regalia. This looks pretty badass on a on a Tauren, if I'm being honest. For oh, not collected. Yeah, sorry, that was a box that I wanted to check. Okay, the Siege of Orgrimmar set. That looks pretty cool. I like the way the antlers sort of just like stick out the sides. Meh. Although wait, let's look at the mythic version because I think they cost the same in terms of bronze. This is also not doing it full justice because this is literally the lowest settings WoW can ever be at. Once my PC's back up and running, it'll look a lot better on that character. Especially with the warbands where they're all just gonna be sitting around. I think that's when transmogs gonna look super cool as well. Having your login screen with all of your characters in super badass outfits. This just looks weird because I feel like I have a Tauren skull on my shoulder. I guess it's a Yangol skull, but jeez, it's a little dark even for me. These world sets, I guess. Kind of mid. Okay, this is another world set. World set. Sun Pearl clothing. Yeah, I don't know. This is what I mean. It just me. This just seemed kind of mid. Hmm. I wonder if this extra section is gonna have anything cool. So where are we supposed to? Oh, this is a trading post outfit. When was this on the trading post? Or is this coming up? I think this is on the trading suit now. Though I'm not sure. Let's show what we have collected here. This set doesn't look terrible, although I have worn the crap out of it over the years. And then of course you have the classic hunter set. I do wish the headsets, I do wish the headpieces on all of these garrison sets were better though. In either case, the reason we leveled this as a high mountain Tauren was so that we can do the heritage quest heritage armor quest line at some point. I haven't even used Bull Rush once. Jeez, I don't even have it in my action bar. And let's be honest, we're probably not going to bother doing all that right now. But let's let this guy out. Let's. Yeah, I don't think we're doing any more dungeon runs tonight. It's just way too late. Or wait, why am I? Yeah, we put some 6 of the gain there. And our rogue. We may want to. We may actually end up wanting to pick up a rogue set at some point. And like I was saying, at some point I do also want to learn how to play these classes a bit better. Because I feel like when you're going that fast, you don't have time to properly consider each talent point and what each new spell sort of allows you to unlock and stuff. Um, just trying to think if there's anything I can do quickly on this character that would make sense for me to log on to. So we are now at 5. Yeah, we're at 570s in remix, which is kind of wild. Considering there is literally, I have it on screen somewhere here, 75 days, 75 days and 17 hours of remix left. So plenty more time, and I'm sure by the end of this, the majority of my character sheet, or at least most of my slots, are going to be filled up with level 70s. I think this is Blizzard's sneaky plan to get me to buy the War Within on my second account as well. Because generally, what I do is I have one account that has the latest expansion. Like my main account gets the latest expansion, whereas my secondary account, which is basically my banking character account, who just sits at the auction house in Orgrimmar and opens mails from my crafters and posts them on the auction house. But that account I generally don't bother upgrading to the latest expansion because they don't really need it, strictly speaking. Um, it would have been handy for a couple of tiny things like placing crafting orders to a character who was already online, but it was such a minor quality of life improvement that I didn't bother doing it. Um, in any case, thank you to those of you who stopped by to check out the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some information out of it. If you did, please drop a follow or a subscribe. I truly, truly would appreciate that. And what else? We are back on our main. Not entirely certain as to why we're back on my main. Did we? Oh, I think we wanted to hop over and quickly grab our key to the Palace of Lei Shen. Um, in any case, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have the best day or night ahead, depending on where you are. And hopefully you're enjoying Remix as well. Take care. Wish you guys luck out there. Have fun. Bye bye.